Hello, everybody, and once again, welcome to the panel discussion by our very own Visionary Women's Circle members. So, today we have four amazing members, visionaries from the Visionary Women's Circle, and we are here to discuss about the strategic collaborations. Collaboration is in and everybody collaborate for the best benefit, and today we are here is like a mastermind where we are introspecting and also discussing about our collaboration experiences. So to discuss on this topic, strategic collaborations, I would like to invite four amazing members from WeDo. So first, I would like to introduce Revati, who is a chartered accountant. Let's quickly have her up here to quickly introduce herself before we get into the topic. Hi, Revati, welcome.
Hi, Kadambari, how are you?
Welcome, Revati. You're pretty much a very new member to Visionary Women Circle. So, how is
Yeah,
your journey? And quickly introduce yourself.
yeah, I'm super excited to be part of the Women Entrepreneur Circle and the Visionary Women Circle. Hello, all. Very good evening to everybody who are here in this live panel discussion. I'm Revati Balaji. I'm a chartered accountant and cost accountant. I have about 25 years of experience in the field of finance and accountants. I completed my articleship training in SGR Associates in Chennai, pretty much from Chennai. I am trained. In F&A, GST, and all kind of statutory compliances within the country. I offer virtual CFO services, and my company, Insight Consulting, is a very strong new generation service firm, and we constantly push the envelope to deliver meaningful insights that put client needs first. I am in the field of F&A, and I extensively collaborate with clients in developing a deep understanding of their needs and aspirations. We will be here for one more hour, I guess, to share our thoughts and the topics which will be discussed. I encourage you all to stay back and understand and listen to all of us, okay, and have a great experience. Thank you very much once again, Kadambari.
Thank you, Revati. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Deepal Mystery here. So, Deepal Mystery is another a very amazing entrepreneur that I know, and she is into market research, especially AI-based market research, and they specialize in the pharma industry. Apart from that, she is also a very dynamic a leader. So let's get herself introduced here. Deepal, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kadambari, for that introduction. It's very kind of you, and I'm very happy to be a part of this very amazing group of women entrepreneurs, especially coming up and this topic discussion, coming up right after the Women's Day, wherein we have equality and gender equality and stuff coming up and talked about in a very big way. So I'm very happy to be there in this panel today. A little bit quickly about myself, as you introduced. 24 years of experience, primarily into healthcare. Post my pharmacy and marketing from NMIMS Mumbai, I have a leadership degree in from the Harvard School. And going forward, I mean, after a long stint in corporate and leading some of the healthcare brands which are in top 10 today of countries leading healthcare brands. I launched my own company, which is primarily into strategy, research, insights, and now into artificial intelligence, which has been a part of the collaborative space, and that's what I would be talking about as we take through. So
Wow.
that's been a very quick introduction
I
about it.
think this introduction is the best because we have people from diverse industries, and something which is really amazing is Revati is from Chennai, and Deepal, you're from
Mumbai.
Mumbai. So Visionary Women Circle is about being one, but we are from across India. So next we have Hema. Thank you, Deepal, and we're really looking forward. We've got a lot of leadership insights coming from you, and with a background of education and the diverse experience that you have, I'm sure it's going to be a killer insights from you again here today.
Happy to share.
Thank you, Deepal. Looking forward to it. And next we have Hema Raju. In fact, Hema Raju is a money coach, EQ and an IQ coach. We had a very extensive program with her Monday, I guess. So those who want to go and watch that live, it was an amazing live. You can go back and visit our LinkedIn and you can watch that. It will probably trigger a lot of thought process in you about the way you manage money. Today we have her again here to discuss about strategic collaborations. Welcome, welcome, Hema. A quick
Thank
introduction.
you. Thank you. So, Kadam, after working with 15 years in the world of investing markets and completed trading and everything, and seeing how client psychology affects the money decisions, right?
Huh.
And both in personal and professional lives, I decided to take up this. And being having a background from a subconscious program person and NLP, neuro linguistic programming person, and a psychotherapist, I feel that somewhere, despite having a lot of skills, people, they are not able to get the financial success that they could. And that's only because they're not able to manage the emotions, right? And it affects the relationships, it affects the business and everything. So infinite brain is all about this. So the money EQ, the emotional quotient, and how is it going to lead to your success. And not only that, we also provide you insights on investments, creating your tax planning, retirement planning, and whatnot, right? So the EQ plus IQ combined, and that is infinite brain. Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hema, for that. And once again, I think it's going to be a very, very diverse panel. We have Preeti Shah with us. Preeti, if you could switch on your camera, I could get you on stage. So we have Preeti Shah, brand owner of Organish. And Preeti, can you please quickly introduce yourself and also your location so that we can understand where all of us are from? Yes, Preeti, over to you.
Sure, sure. Thank you, Kadambari. Thank you for having me here, first of all. And it's a pleasure having such a wonderful women on the same panel and discussing with them. I'm Preeti Shah from Mumbai. Uh, I'm a finance management course in from NMIMS and NLP since I'm a practitioner NLP since last 15 years, as just the other Hema was talking about. Integrating so beauty. I am currently Organish is my brand. Natural products and services for when the salon is concerned. When NLP is one of the thing wherein you have to you understand the mentality of a person very well when you are a practitioner of NLP. And beauty is one thing wherein we understand that it is a mind game rather than only about just looking good. So integrating both the panels, I have curated a brand called Organish, which is one of its kind bespoke, wherein we don't use any chemical based product. It is more of a wellness center sort of a thing, wherein we integrate NLP plus the beauty and give services only with natural and holistic products. And that is wherein I have introduced a beauty brand also with under the same name, even that is organic and natural. So here I am just looking for, as I said, that this is a panel wherein you discuss all about the collaborations, and what more a better platform than when the startups wants to gain that perspective. So that is why I'm here, I guess. So thank you
Super
for having me
fantastic,
here.
Preeti. In fact, while you said NLP and beauty, I'm really looking
Yes,
forward for a one-on-one interview like what we had with Hema,
sure,
because this
sure.
is a new perspective altogether. I'm sure many of us are curious to know more about how you
Sure.
operate. So I think that's going to
Yes.
be on a Monday very soon. Thank you, thank you.
Sure.
So now that
Thank you.
we have all four amazing women from different backgrounds and different locations here, so the main idea of having this with the members from different location, or because the Visionary Women Circle is like that, where distance should not be a problem for us. So with that note, and the circle being a foundation for collaboration, we take pride in bringing this topic for everybody because collaboration is an art. And we are going to have these women share their amazing experiences, insights, thoughts, because each of them reflect each one of you who are watching here. So, with I'm going to begin this question where the primary motivation, why would one, all of us for our organizations, why do we have to collaborate, or why is collaboration important? Why not start a vertical by ourselves, or why not hire a capacity? But instead of hiring or having a vertical by ourselves, why do you, or why one chooses collaboration as an option? So, can I have Revati to begin her share her views on this? Revati, over to you.
Sure. Thank you very much, Kadambari. A very interesting question. This is, I have thought about it and I have a few pointers. First reason why would we like to go for, collaborating with resources is access. So I may have limited access to certain resources. Now I have people here like Deepal or Preeti or yourself. So when you may have certain resources which I cannot be able to, afford, or it will be out of my, like knowledge, or my circle of reference. So if I'm able to find that kind of resource with you, and if I'm able to collaborate with you, that gives me direct access to resources. And the second point which I had in mind is sharing of risks at the same time. Like when there is a risk, when two, three people collaborate and work, it mitigates the level of risk which I can manage as a single person is very high. But between three people, it really becomes one third, which is really manageable as far as I'm concerned. So that's one pointer which I wanted to give you. The next is actually I can expand my market. See now, two people are from Mumbai. I'm from Chennai, so I'm looking at Mumbai as a part as a plan to expand. Okay, this gives me an opportunity. I can actually offer. I'm willing to collaborate with two of the great, amazing women here before me. So if I collaborate, I directly end up in market expansion, which gives me an amazing, it opens a horizon of business for me, which exactly the purpose why I'm here today. And then it improves innovation and research. So this is actually when many minds come together, a lot of new thoughts come up, and that's one of the uniqueness of strategy. And the
That's
other thing
beautiful.
is cost effectiveness. Okay, so from my point of view, I have a costing mind instead, and a collaboration will definitely pull down my overheads. So that's these are the points I have
That's
in mind. Yeah, thank you very much.
fantastic, Revati. I think these were all profound points because the benefits of collaboration is all about optimization, is a single word that I can actually pick up from whatever you've mentioned. That's great. So, here, right now, let's hear it from Deepal. Deepal, over to you, Deepal.
Yeah. So, Reti is very rightly put that. And for me, if I have to put collaboration, why a collaboration ahead, is can be summed up in two words. If to so to say, it's sustainability and scalability. I mean,
Wow.
COVID has taught us a lot in terms of being frugal, being sustainable, and I think an example from my side would be obviously during COVID times. People learn to collaborate with each other, maybe sharing resources within the building or maybe sharing resources across businesses. And I think the advent of Zoom itself is a collaborative platform which probably
Yes.
has brought the whole world together. So I
Yeah.
think the power of collaboration started uh, way back, during our ancient times, where even the female of one kingdom was married to a raja of another kingdom. That's a collaboration that was happening to strengthen the resources and expansion, as Revati rightly mentioned. So the collaboration as a uh, is embedded in our ancient culture. So it starts right from there till today with COVID. It's got just moved up and so I'm sure sustainability, scalability, pooling of resources, as she said. So resources could be financial, resources pooling could be technical, resource pooling could be a talent pool. So I think going forward, collaboration is the way to go. And of course, with market expansion, not only within the realms of India, but now it is the world is open to collaborators. And that's, if we don't collaborate, we will collapse. So if it's a world of collaboration, it's either collaborate, succeed, or collapse and just perish.
Oh, wow. That's
That's some,
That
Yes.
was fantastic. A very, very important takeaway. Two most important reiterating points is one, we've always been collaborating from ancient times. Methodologies were different. Another thing, either collaborate or collapse. That was profound. That was profound, Deepti. Fantastic. So
thank you.
thank you, Deepti. I think we are setting the bar really, really high. And yes, over to you, Hema. Yes,
Yeah,
Hema.
so I back Revati and Deepal. They have taken most of the no points already highlighted. So for me, I would want to highlight on the talent that we share, right? So it's like since we deal with brains, I would want to put it like this. So say I'm a person of a creative mind, or my right brain is too active, I would think things differently. But when I'm collaborating with a person who is more logical and more analytical, this resource pooling is going to be really brilliant, because the way they are going to look at things, which decisions that I'm going to make, and the way I think would be different. And this is going to really bring a great synergy when making any business decisions. So for me, collaboration completely personally means collaborating different brain designs, right? Like you put in the childhood, we put in the molds, right? The shapes, exactly like that, putting two brain designs, and then it becomes a magic. So the
Wow.
best you do, and
Wow.
your business is no
So
rocking.
you kind of you collaboration is all about multiple brains and
Yes,
oh, amazing. So it's like you tend to get a lot of perspectives. Each
yes.
organization might have a perspective, and when multiple perspectives comes into play, something best comes out of it. That's
Because a
fantastic.
single person, no, we cannot look at the same thing in all perspectives. I might not be able to look what Revati or Deepal, or for that matter, no,
Preeti.
Preeti would look. Right. So when I collaborate, they might give me different ideas. Or Kadam would look. They would tell a different perspective. Like, oh my God. So right. So collaboration brings that, no, with great minds.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, as we progress, I think we are getting a lot of inputs. And now let's hear what Preeti is got to say about collaboration as such. Yes, over to you, Preeti.
So I guess
Yep.
I guess most of it has been spoken about, but I would
Yes.
like to bring in the very funny part of it, that it is collaboration for me. It's like a marriage. Like when you are short of something, you want somebody else to hold hands with you, and together you can progress ahead in life and make the most of it. So for me, it is more of like then when you have the adaptability, or when you have that vision to grow faster, but there is a timeline, okay, or there is a hindrance, which is like a financial hindrance, or you may not have that creativity, you may not have those resources, you may want to, you have the vision, but maybe you not have the right kind of resources to grow that faster. That's where the collaboration comes into the picture, wherein you identify that now you need something which can make the growth faster and fructify your vision, in the right manner. So for me, that is the collaboration, that where you can have those resources available for your vision, for your dreams, and for your startup, wherein you can hold hands and go together ahead, I guess. And
That's
as
very nice. I
correctly,
think.
I guess Hema was saying that, there is a collapse, exactly, either you collaborate or collapse, rather, because when startups with COVID, exactly what she was saying, that COVID has taught us a lot of things, that you may want to, the when with the exposure of OTTs, or with the exposure of this media, social medias, I guess sky is the limit. And if you want to succeed, and if you don't want to die out in this industry, because every single industry is also growing very competitively, very rapidly. So in that case, I guess this is the answer, collaboration is the answer.
Superb, superb, fantastic. I think all of us agree on this collaboration. And now I think while we endorse on this point called collaboration, there is another very important. See, whenever something is spoken about, when the industry says investment, everybody jump into investment. When the industry says collaboration, everybody jump into collaboration. So it's more than a. It's just about they start playing it superficially, but from how your experiences, each of your experience, what do you think are the risks involved while we say collaboration is important? What do you think are the risks involved, and what do you think are the points that one has to very carefully look into when they are collaborating? So the risk and measures that one has to meticulously watch before one collaborates. Yes, over to you, Revati.
Thank you. This is a brilliant question, and it is a sequel to the first question, actually. So, when we have the intention to collaborate, so how do we start? According to me, so there should be an objective. Okay, like I have to identify my objective. So, what do I want to do? So then the next is, whom do I want to collaborate with? Is it a person in the same profession, or alternate profession, or parallel profession, or competitor? What does it mean to me? Okay, that's very important to identify. I need to do a lot of groundwork. And then I need to have a pattern to select my partner. Okay, who will best suit me? Because I have to do that work so that I'm completely aligned with my collaborating partner, and it is a win win for both of us. So at any point of time, this will help us only to grow, and we should not have any hindrance as far as conflicts are concerned. There should be zero conflicts in collaborating opportunities. So I will take a lot of efforts. I would emphasize once again that the idea should be to identify what is the objective, with whom we are going to collaborate, and what kind of person am I, and whom I can really gel with, and I have to identify the risks and work to mitigate them, and do the due diligence of the partner with whom I'm willing to collaborate. On the face value, I cannot do a collaboration, so I would insist on doing a complete due diligence before finding out my collaboration partner, and we should have
Fantastic.
common objective, and then work towards it so that it becomes a complete win-win for both of us or a
Oh,
group of us.
that's very good. So some of the most important points I would like to reiterate from whatever you said is due diligence. So just because, come on, let's collaborate. Come, let's collaborate. No, understand your partner. Know the commonalities. Know the synergies, and do due diligence, and then collaborate. That's her point. And thank you, Revati, for that. And Deepal, over to you, Deepal.
Yeah. So I think Revati mentioned a very important point as to objective of collaboration first and foremost. So first and foremost, to get that clarity of what is the objective of collaboration, I think it's very important to do a self and a business SWOT for ourselves as well as the partner that we are looking to collaborate for. So sometimes we feel that doing a SWOT analysis for our own business is going to solve it. No, but here it's not only going to be the collaboration of two technical or talent pools, it's going to be collaboration of mindsets, and it's going to be collaboration of visions. So I think it's very important to first do a SWOT analysis for ourselves, our business, and then do even SWOT analysis of the partner that we are collaborating and the team that we are going to be collaborating. Because again,
Fantastic.
collaboration for us is not a one-on-one collaboration, it is a team-to-team collaboration. So whether that's synergies or the conflicts or the weaknesses, or is it that? Secondly, what is the operation field that we are going to be operating in? What size is it? So is that partner going to be relevant for me going 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line? So I need to substantiate the collaboration piece in terms of the lifetime value of collaboration, in terms
Fantastic.
of whether the LTV, as we call in marketing language, the lifetime value is just short term of 3 to 5 years, or we're looking at that long term collaboration. And if you're looking at that long term collaboration, is that partner or collaborator's vision matching your own vision in the long term? The relevancy needs to be there, because we're
Beautiful.
operating in a VUCA world. So there the collaboration is also very frugal and frail. So I think the relativity realm that we need to get into it is going to be of utmost importance. And unless there is a collaboration of vision and passion, I don't think so any other thing would really go ahead. So step one is mapping your vision and passion. If that maps, then take the next step, is what I feel.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, Deepal. Deepal, it was fantastic. You came from vision, passion. You put it another way, but finally you mentioned that covered it all. Vision, passion, two founders. Not just about the founders, the depth, the team which is going to collaborate. It's not just whether it's a short term or a long term. The visions. I think you covered it all so well. So it's about the 360-degree. It's not about just working together on a project, having a clarity on how lengthy or how deep is the collaboration going to be. What are the boundaries? What are the limitations? I think so beautifully put. So before getting into all this, before getting excited about the collaboration, very importantly, looking at the partners and self is absolutely. You began with the SWOT. Beautifully put, Deepal. I think this will keep. I think it's important that people start taking some notes and sit and start ideating on the collaborations that they are looking at. Fantastic, Deepal, and thank you very much for those thought provoking pointers. So over to you, Hema. Hema, yeah. Hema, you are on.
Yeah, yeah. So the
Yeah.
experts have already spoken most of the words. And rightly said, what I liked in Deepa's talk was about the hookah world. Yes, so the mindset has gone that it's all temporary, short term fulfillment. That's what we're doing. So same in the collaboration, until unless we are very sure about, as Priti said, about the vision and the passion, and you check the credibility, a small mistake can completely collapse or bring down your whole, no, whatever you have created the identity. Choosing one wrong no person can make that. So because before you start, we need to be very careful and cautious on the steps we take, or how is it going to go forward, risks involved, and know what are the interests of both the parties. Are they equally interested, how much risk are they deploying. So the why. So we always say that until we know the why of something, we are not going to reach the goal. So again, the why would even that person want to collaborate, and second is why even I want that person's talents. So if this why is matching, only then no is intensity. Only then we can go forward. So I would just want to summarize
Fantastic,
in that way.
fantastic.
Definitely.
That's great. That's great. So I think these questions come back to, most of the times when we discuss any of the topics around entrepreneurship, it all starts with, I don't think we have any discussion which misses the why, vision, or the mission. So very beautifully put. Let's move on to Preeti. Preeti, for your pointers, please.
Yeah. So I guess maximum points have been covered, which I would like to speak on. But one thing I would like to point out is somewhere wherein you need to identify whether you want to collaborate or not. Because
Wow.
many a times we get so many unique collaborated ideas, people just wants to barge in and they offer such lucrative collaborative ideas, but whether you do need that or not, coming from my own experiences, that sometimes people just want to collaborate on the level wherein they just wants to offer money or finances. But do I do want that, because the interference by just pouring out certain amount of money, the kind of interference they want to have it, or kind of stake they want to have it in a company, whether it is all it is all worth risk taking or not. That is where I guess the point was, just I wanted
So
to add that
probably,
point that
Preeti, can I put it like, what is coming to the table? What is the partner bringing to the table, rather than just getting excited about collaboration?
yeah,
It's a very beautiful point. Do I even want
yeah,
to collaborate? Do I even need this
whether you
collaboration?
want to, yes.
Yeah,
So
So
you
maybe
I
you
tomorrow
have
I
something.
want to collaborate on a technical level rather than just financial. There
yes.
is there is one
Fair enough.
offer which is only for the financial part, where there is another which is on the technical part, wherein I feel the most challenging part. Then I would go for that rather than just having the financial. Maybe financial can taken care of just by taking another like NBFC or loans or something. But whether just with the financial aspect, whether the growth is significant or not, all those perspectives is very much to be considered without just falling in for any kind of a collaboration, is where
Beautiful,
I
beautiful,
understand the
Preeti.
need of
Yeah.
your own company, the need of your own startup, whether what kind of a collaboration is due at that point of time. Like, for example, I would take any sort of collaboration which is abroad based, because you want to scale up. As correctly somebody said, that you want to scale up. For that, even if there is not a financial offering, but only collaborating on the level wherein they are offering their collaboration on the level that we will sell your product over there, I guess that's a fantastic collaboration at that point of time in my head. So I guess identifying what kind of collaboration is the must be, which I would like to add on from all
Beautiful,
other
beautiful,
perspectives.
Preeti. That was
Exactly.
such a important statement about about understanding the area in your business that needs collaboration at that point
Yes,
in time. Fantastic,
yes.
Preeti. Beautiful point
So
made.
I would
Yes,
Thank
like
you.
to
Hema, you
add
are.
here, Kadam, to
Hmm.
Preeti's point, exactly to back Preeti's point. So in our no mutual fund business, there was a time when the NRI clients started almost 3 to 4 offers. They started telling ki we want to invest in your business, right? And they were just coming no upfront. We never invited the no applications, but they wanted like we are going to invest in your business. Can you? So we're like, we are sorry, sir. We are not taking any investors. We're only looking for people who can also contribute to the business rather than finances, because we want people who could expand business or work along with us. So we had to right away say or no, because just putting money will not run the show, right? We need people to run the
Exactly.
show. So we're looking equal distributors who would want to be part and also gain the benefit out of it. So we had to just
Correct.
say straight no, though the investment was very good. So what is the point of that finance, right? So I completely want to back no with this
Yeah,
experience what
I
you
would
So
like
said.
to
there is
add one
one
other
point.
point, that whether
Sure.
vision is shared right or not. Like as an example, there was a collaborator who wanted to collaborate, but on my motto is only organic and natural product. I would not entertain any chemical based product. The person who wanted to collaborate had an idea of having multiple product size, that cosmetics also and organic also. But that is not my vision. The vision was not matching. I would straight away say no for that collaboration. Or wherein one person wanted to collaborate, saying that I will have the equal ownership of your brand. At that point of time, I wasn't very sure that whether I want to take that risk where somebody else is entering with few amount of money and taking control all over your brand was not a big deal for me. So in some perspective, as I said, we add on need to have that whether that collaboration is right for you on a longer term or not,
What
Yeah,
is
or in
right
the
for
need of the
one
hour.
person may not be right for the other. So correct.
Others,
So that
sure,
is, so there's
right.
no one size fits all is a very important point that we need to make here, because we all come from a culture where we cut, copy, paste resumes. Okay, so
Yes,
this is not like that. Just because everybody
right.
goes for funding, don't run for funding. Your
Doesn't run,
roadmap
right.
is different from someone else. Yes, Deepal, you wanted to
Exactly.
make a point on
Yes.
this. Yes.
So here, just extending to that point is the types of collaboration may not be restricted to only a financial or a technical collaboration. There is something called as image collaboration these days, which is happening
Exactly.
very highly.
Right.
So it also depends a lot, that I feel, is in the stage of the business that you are in. Maybe you are a startup, and in the initial 3 to 5 years, probably the technical, the workability, and the image collaboration is something that we would want to look at. As we are more seasoned into the business, maybe that's where you also would want a financial, or a higher end technical collaboration. So I think that image collaboration is also something which is coming up in a very big way these days.
So can you give us more insights on this image collaboration?
Yeah. So I okay, taking from something that I did in my business. Okay, maybe. So in the initial 3 years, obviously I was known as a strategist, but I did not have a collaboration which is probably in artificial intelligence. Okay, I knew that's the way forward, and I would want somebody to associate with me in terms of artificial intelligence. I had a team who knew it, but I didn't have an image, because people would not trust a newbie who doesn't have that name or experience to it in terms of artificial intelligence. So that's where only for the name, or the image, not technically, I collaborated with a person who's a big time name in artificial intelligence. And I
Super.
got my healthcare expertise to that. So the kind of expansion and image that my company got into the image of artificial intelligence and healthcare is something which was very high. I did not need a financial collaboration. I did not need a technical collaboration also in that aspect. I just needed that name to enter and get,
Beautiful.
people who were their networks, and expand the image of my company in my networks. So I think that's
Fantastic.
something which is called, I think nowadays is going into
So,
an collaboration.
so basically, if you have to build your image in that area for 10 years, instead, by then you don't know whether the industry exists or not. So, immediately get somebody on board who already has that experience, but he's like perfectly okay about sharing the brand, maybe a little stake, and then, piggyback typically on their image and get to where you want to go. Fantastic. I think that was
Exactly my point.
profoundly.
That was Kadamari, exactly my point. That was the need of the industry wherein she coming from. That kind of collaboration was needed. Maybe she might have got some many other collaboration offers, but this is what one needed at that point of time. So
Exactly, exactly.
accepting the right kind of collaboration is
So
must.
I can give you one example from Vidu itself. So Vidu didn't need money at all at any point in time, because this is a self-run kind of an organization. As far as India is concerned, we were like pretty good. But there was an investor who reached us, who is now who's a driving force for Vidu, where just one roadmap I was able to fast forward because of him, which is expansion into multiple countries. And very
Exactly.
clearly, the partnership was clearly for strategic penetration into other countries. And everything was add on. But the primary objective of the collaboration or the partnership or bringing the person on board was for expansion into other regions. So with
Exactly.
that one plugin, maybe I saved 10 years of my efforts.
Yes,
So that's the
absolutely.
thing, so collaboration kind of shrinks your accelerates your growth technically. Beautiful. Thank
Exactly.
you. Thank you,
Exactly.
Deepal. I think it's going really well. Yeah, Revati, do you want to add something or can we move to the next question?
Yeah, I have only one point from my financial standpoint. We have to take care statutory, legal, and compliances part when we
Hmm.
find when you identify and select a collaborator, especially in the you are into organic business and somebody's into AI. And see, we choose our collaborators. We go even for international collaborations, unless we are 200% sure about their legal compliances within their country and outside. We'll be taking a very huge risk. Okay, when we enter into this thing. So I would strongly advise to be careful about the legal matters and even go to the extent of hiring a legal advisor to be
Yeah.
sure, doubly sure of what we do and how we do it. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect, Revati. Very important point. And I think Deepal made that point of due diligence. And so when it comes to due diligence, legal, all of that, their credibility in the market, the image that they carry. See, it's not just about money. And in fact, I think in the recent times, we've been seeing a lot of political things where, you kind of collaborated with someone because they came with a money bag, but with him came a lot of problems. Is
Yeah.
so it's like it's there with
Absolutely.
every brand. Today there's money available from all different dangerous sources. So just because money comes without doing your due diligence, do not don't it could be a devil in disguise. So collaborations have its pros and cons. So after this very interesting point, I want to now move into solidifying it a little more. When one has to collaborate, what are the most important points that has to be put in the agreement, points that should not be missed when it comes to creating a collaborative partnership. So let's go on a little reverse and let's start with Preeti, would you like to go first? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, as correctly everybody says, that due diligence, right? First of all, I guess the motives should be very clear when you collaborate. That this is the time frame of the guideline that we are going to follow. As I correctly said, that there is a theme of every company. The theme needs to be very very delicately put forward. That has to be followed through. Of course, then there is a clear objective that why we are collaborating. Sometimes it so happens that we are collaborating on one subject, but then going further it becomes something else over a period of time if the clauses are not very well written on the ground. Then there is a risk bearing capacity, like what kind of risk you are going to share, what kind of liabilities you are taking of another collaborator. Like as you correctly said, there is a politician which I'm just sounding one example, that if you are collaborating with them, you are limiting your liability, that going further only this much, the contract only is subject to this particular project and nothing beyond. So anything beyond, we are not a part of it. That's how you need to safeguard yourself when you are
Disclaimers.
collaborating on yes, on a different even in for certain industries. For example, if the industry is into some legality, you don't want to fall in for that, right? So the due diligence in certain aspect. Then of course there is then there is an intellectual properties that you are talking about, wherein you are sharing so much about your own aesthetics or your own intelligence about your own company, which should not be misused in any other ways when you're collaborating, or should not be framed into another companies and sold all together out, which is a very bad experience. I guess everybody would have gone in their life, especially I have been into that kind of a. And the terms, the role of each collaborator, what if it is more than one, more than two, then the role of each collaborator, like one, like if there is the no specific role, then I guess the company is going on to go to the haywire situation. You won't have the same path line, because then there's a more interference rather than having a clear objective to run the show. And coming back from the asset benefits, like what are you getting from the other person, and how much limiting you are, like how much you are limiting yourself to put forward into that aspect. Like as in for financial, the financial structures are very very clear in the contract, but but the liability contracts, liability assurance are not very clear sometimes, when there is when you put forward yourself into that aspect, we're going further, and then the liabilities are put forward on you. That is where you need to safeguard yourself, that you don't fall into that kind of a trap, wherein when the objectives are not very clear, where the roles are not very clear, and for going further, how are you going to review further? See, everybody wants to grow, as and it is a mutual beneficial contract that you're working on. But going further, it should not happen that one person is only getting benefit out of it if the clauses are not very clear. That sometimes when your intelligence is used to one level, you want to have that kind of reviews and updation when after 5 years or after 6 years or after 3 years, however you are looking forward, that it needs to appraised or it needs to reviewed, and it needs to be, if it is required, then you need to rebuild again thing. The contract needs to rebuild on the aspect. Like for example, if you have achieved so much of target, I guess it calls for the reviewing of the entire project and then go further. I guess those small points which we constantly miss out is very, very important going further on the collaboration point. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Clearly defining their roles, responsibilities, and where it starts and where it ends, the review dates. And I think holistically in the entire process, I think you've covered it all really well. Thank you, Preeti, for opening this up. And
Thank
Hema,
you.
points from you.
So I would, majorly brag the points that Preeti had added. So just two things which I would want to highlight is, as Revati was telling in the beginning, that profits get shared, they get expanded, risk also gets shared, right? So when you're discussing how much is that efforts we put, number one, number two is the profits we or benefits we share, and number three, what if things not go well. So always before we start something, we always need to have a plan b of what if things don't go well, how do we operate, because there is where a lot of no disagreements and problems would come. So for me, I feel that we have to be more sure about that, besides all those arrangements that we do anyways that we are going to do. So
So basically, about your exit clause.
exactly.
Exit plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes. Over to you, Deepal.
So I think both of these guys have put in a lot of thoughts onto going on collaboration agreement models and placings and risk benefits assessments, etc. I think I'll kind of put it. I know Revati is going to be after me, but I'm kind of putting it and summing it up in 5 P's. So probably it's purpose, it's people, it's place, it's product, and its practices. So I
Wow.
think if I sum this entire conversation of what are the risks and what kind of agreement clauses need to be put in, I think these five would sum it all. And as
Wow.
rightly Hima said, there has to be an exit highway at every stage of collaboration. So collaboration will encompass a lot of stages as you move forward, but at every stage of collaboration, whatever we decide mutually, there has to be an exit gateway or a exit stageway which we need to build in to avoid any kind of liabilities and heartburns in the future.
Beautiful. So I think you should repeat the 5 P's again before we move on to Revati. Yes.
So it's purpose,
Purpose,
people,
people,
place, product, and practices.
practices. Fantastic. Fantastic, Deepal. And thank you very much for those 5 P's, which is, I think you being a marketing guru, you don't want to come out of the P's at any point in time. That was fantastic. So, yes, over to you, Revati.
Yeah, it has been wonderfully summarized by all the three amazing women here. I'm going to summarize the whole thing into points. Okay, so it will be clear and it will be a summary of the process. So, one thing is clear objectives and strategy. So, I feel that we have to define the scope, the goals, the timelines, and the expected outcomes of the collaboration, and there should be a mutual benefit. This should be a condition. This shouldn't be a clause. It should be a condition that successful collaboration should be built, and the mutual benefit should be felt at the end of the collaboration. And about communication, like there should be an open, transparent, and effective communication for successful collaboration. So relevant information should be promptly and regularly shared, so that the trust is maintained between the collaborating partners. And there should be a robust governance structure which defines the roles, responsibilities, and decision making processes, accountability mechanisms within the collaboration. So, this defines governance bodies, protocols for decision making, mechanisms for monitoring progress, addressing issues as they arise. And proactively, we have to identify, assess, and manage risks. This is critical to the collaboration, and there should be an alignment of incentives to ensure the partners are motivated and committed throughout the collaboration. And there should be a flexibility, there should be adaptability, and there should be a continuous evaluation and continuous improvement in the collaboration. So these are tips for success. I think I've summarized all the three people's points and presented to you together in a basket.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much, Revati, for that. And as we discuss these points, we're almost nearing the fag end of the discussion right now. Would you believe it that we've been in discussion for almost close to an hour now, but it's just getting hotter by the minute because there
Kadam,
are
I
so
think,
many things. Yeah.
yes, someone has a question here. Harini is asking, can you brief the difference between collab and partnership? We
Okay,
can
yeah,
take
we
that
are going to
question.
get there. We've not ended yet for sure. So we are going to get there right now. But yes, since she's asked the question, the difference between collaboration and partnership, would any of you would you like to? In fact, I was about to say something for that, and I think it was more like a telepathy, Harini. I was about to say collaboration is probably a engagement period before a marriage. Sometimes
Marriage.
before a merger or an acquisition or a buyout, a little bit of collaboration can be tried out. So, anybody who wants to add points to her question, Harini's question, as to the difference between partnership and collaboration. Yes, Revati.
See, partnership is essentially people coming together to start one business. Collaboration is two businesses coming together. So that's a
For a
simple
common
difference.
purpose.
Yeah, for a common
Okay.
purpose.
So,
They
for,
may or may
for
not start a new business.
optimization.
Yeah, they may
Okay.
or
So
may not start a business.
business. So maybe just one point here is collaboration. You usually look out for uh, competing strengths in order to move forward. Partnership may not necessarily be competing or complementary strengths to move forward. It could be similar strengths, and wherein you have more of comfort at a personal level. That's where you go in for a partnership usually. And in a collaborative model, it's more of you are looking out for complementary or competing strengths to move forward. Maybe if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Super.
Yeah, it's
So,
a
I
mode
would
of
like
And
to
mode of
I
add
guess,
a.
perspective.
so I guess
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
collaboration has,
yep.
sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead, please.
Preeti, go ahead. Preeti, go ahead.
You please
I
go
guess
ahead.
collaboration has many different possibilities. You know, you can collaborate for some time, you can collaborate for a longer duration. The duration can be the essence of the collaboration. Wherein partnership, logically, if I have to say, or at least legally, I have to say that is legal bound. I guess collaboration could be for non-legal bound purposes also. Very few, like for collaboration, like for social media collaboration, you just collaborate for few subject or for one event or for, so collaboration is more time based, and maybe the partnership is long. It's a long journey that you have to go together. But collaboration could be in multiple ways, you know, that you can collaborate into.
Awesome. So I would like to add a point here. When it see, Vidu is built on collaboration, promoting collaboration. So initially, people thought we were just promoting collaborative marketing, not at all. So at Vidu and Visionary Women Circle, there's one foundational stone which we build on, which is called the CEO concept of collaboration, which is exclusively ours. The C of the collaboration, CEO, is collaborate to co create. You can create amazing products by collaborating with another party. Like we've had very good collaborations. Even today, inside the group, we would have seen, collaborations done by one of the We Do member with a Visionary Women Circle member to come up with a product bags. A doodle artist collaborated with a bag manufacturer to come up with for corporate gifting purposes. So collaborate to co-create, and the CE, collaborate to expand. You are in one region, but there is somebody else in another region. Without you going there, by using their resources, by them using your resources, you will be able to expand to newer regions. Third one is, or it's not just regions, it can be even products, different products to the same target audience, so that you have a revenue. So collaborate to expand. Third one is collaborate to optimize, CEO. So optimizing is optimizing the resources. So this was like, I mean, when I was into collaboration, the CEO suddenly midnight I got this thing called CEO, and it kind of fit the whole thing. I think this is what collaboration can do to you. So optimal use of available resources so that there's no wastage, but there's more from less. So being women, the resources that we have in terms of time, money, everything is less. So collaboration actually is a very, very good thing, not just for everybody, but for moreover for women. I feel it actually, with less time, you will be able to do more, is what I feel. So this is my usually what I say for collaboration is the CEO concept. I'm sure this is something where you can do a lot of trials and experiments. Unlike in a partnership, it's like, it is, before you get into a partnership, a collaboration is always a good trial period even for you. Yeah. And if you
I
want to
would say,
just keep,
I would bring
yeah,
in
yeah,
one
please
more point that, in collaboration, your two identity can come together, work together, and still have their identity intact.
identification.
Rather, where in
Beautiful.
collaboration, in the partnership, that is a merger. You don't have your individual identity. In collaboration, you can still maintain your individual identity as in a company or as in your own.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Preeti, and thank you everybody for these
Thank
answers.
you.
So we go to the final closure question, or rather representation. So I'm going to merge two questions into this. One is some of the best practices that you've seen, which is work for people for lasting collaborations, or some examples of collaborations that you've done for your organization. You can answer any of these or both of these, okay? And that will be our recommendation as a best practice for people who are considering a collaboration. So let's begin with Preeti for this. Yeah, Preeti.
Uh, so coming forward, and when you want to say that the best practice is, I guess, everything legalizing, like wherein the collaboration is more than beyond one capacity, then I guess having a statutory person or a stake of a holder should be there to see the nuances of the collaboration, having a legal authority going through the entire project and guiding you through is the most important aspect. I guess nothing verbal can be suiting in the collaboration. Everything needs to be legalized, everything needs to have a due diligence from both the parties, and then coming to the same common grounds before signing into any contract or any collaborations is the key factor which I feel. Because there are various numbers of time wherein you have agreed upon certain things, and suddenly some person changes their mind, and then they think that, this is what was spoken. So until unless it's said on the paper, I guess everything is a moot point. Because as you said, that you can incorporate all your examples or something like that. So I would just like to bring in an example wherein I was on the verge of collaborating with somebody on the partnership basis, on the sense in the partnership, in the sense the technical know-hows and the financial background. And immediately it collapsed when the person has said that, we had agreed upon 50-50, wherein that was never the case. So I guess until and unless you're very, very sure that the due diligence has happened, the proper legalization has happened, you should always have some authority, the legal authority or financial authority, like a CA, or legal authority in the sense lawyer, somebody who will definitely have those points taken into consideration before you sign up in the contract. Of course, you need to see that both the parties are benefited from there, because if you want to have a long lasting collaboration, both the parties has to be benefited. You can't just see one person's gain and other person's graving. That will never work. And as I said, when I share my experience, when the best collaboration that I have had, there was one company who wanted to have my products in one another country, and the collaboration has done only on the basis of I will be the vendor along with them. And that's the best collaboration which I have had, because I am getting, as she was correctly saying, the image collaboration, right? Wherein the well-known company, when they incorporated your brand, I guess that's the best collaboration for me until today, which has happened. So I
Beautiful,
guess this
beautiful,
is this is
beautiful.
what my I want to share with when anybody wants to go
Fantastic.
for the collaboration. Of course. Yeah.
Fantastic, Preeti. I think that was a very
Thank
important
you.
takeaway. Don't try to, it's not a child's play. When it's business, it has to
Business.
be very authentic. So get the legal and your chartered accountant involved so that you don't, I mean, it becomes authentic, as simple as it is.
Yeah.
So great,
Yeah.
good points, Preeti. And Hema, to your
Thank
points,
you.
for your final points for the
Yeah,
session.
so I would name it as the study says, like forming, norming, storming, and performing. So it's like rather than jumping into forming a collaboration, it feels exciting. Okay, I'm going to get this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. But when you start, you're going to have disagreements, right? So after you form, you're going to have these storms of disagreement. So what is that you have documented or pre-planned for that? Be prepared for that, and then so that you, to avoid this, set your norms. As we already said, document the risks, document the accountability that you're going to share, and document the problems that you're going to face on how it is going to be handled. The strategies, because the mindsets are different, right? And it's your way or my way. We never know, and only
Yeah.
if that is done, then you know how you perform well. Because it's Kadam was telling, like like an engagement before the marriage. So tell this to my people. It's like, no matter you had a 8 years of no love, or a person, but when you come into a real agreement like marriage, no, whether it's love marriage or arranged marriage, the game starts there. It is new. You never mind whether you know the person, you don't know the person,
It's
how
not
big,
about
small,
happily ever
no matter.
after.
Yes.
The game
So no
starts
matter
now.
how many years long relationship, after marriage is the day one, and that is
It's
how
true.
you have to be prepared. Remember this, and then please get into the collaboration if you're ready to, face a marriage in that sense. Same way in the
Great,
collaboration.
great.
So be
Thank you,
prepared.
thank you. And Deepal, for your final statements.
So I think, taking a cue from Hema, people who have been mothers, have always to have to collaborate every single day, every single hour. So it's collaboration, it's compassion, it is compromise, it is all of that. So I think collaboration with the technicalities, the legalities on one side. When we are collaborating, there is a sense of responsibility. So fostering a sense of responsibility with each collaborator's role is very important. Setting smart objectives that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. I think that's something also very, very important as one of the best practices to be put across as collaboration. Uh, then a judgment free environment for the team to be collaborative alongside you is something that we need to really look also for. And collaboration also has to do with self learning. That means it's not going to be restricted only to the day to day functioning, but collaboratively we have to learn to upgrade ourselves to the next level to be ready for the competitive world with our collaboration. So I think all
Beautiful.
in all, we need to even be looking at a learning and a collaborative model for that.
Superb, superb, superb. Beautifully summarized and very, very wonderfully put, um, uh,
People.
the Deepal. Sorry, I mean, I totally got lost in your inputs and I was trying to figure out words. It's like super exciting. I'm getting charged up after this session, which is so wonderful. And finally, let's also hear from Revati. Over to you, Revati, for the
Sure.
final statement.
Yes. I would like to walk you through two of my personal experiences. One is I have been, a person to be collaborated with. So I was interviewed, I was assessed, I went through a 3 hour monitoring process wherein the person who wanted to collaborate with me in training CMA students, like cost and management accountant students, they were about to take an exam in London. So I was supposed to train the students. They were all students of Stella Maris College in Chennai. So I was thoroughly interviewed. My skills were analyzed, and then an agreement was put. The condition, it was conditional. So the condition was I should ensure that the girls who enroll in the course with me pass the exam. So I should have the capability to train them and make them to pass. So when it happened, the collaboration was a success. The second instance, and it was a win-win. So it also gave me the confidence to go further. This was before I started Inside Consulting. After I started Inside Consulting, became an independent professional. There was a CA, it was not a CA firm, they were processing books of accounts for about 900 companies, I mean, small and medium entrepreneurs in the area of Tambaram, South Chennai. Okay, so they wanted a person to audit and file the income tax return and take care of all the legal provisions for those entities. So again, there was a collaboration opportunity, and I was the person to be collaborated with. So then there's the same process, like we spoke, right? How to identify a partner to collaborate with. I underwent the process step by step, and I have been collaborating with them because I am the auditor. They just provide me the books of accounts, the tally backup, and then I check everything, analyze, and give them the solutions. I don't front end the clients, they do the front ending. I back end support the person who does it and ensure everything is complied with. On the business front, when it came to, you know, expansion of my business in inside consulting, I have to collaborate with people in social, what is this, digital marketing and all that. So when it comes to that kind of collaboration, I identified my digital marketing partner. I tested them whether they will be able to do what is necessary to, improve my visibility, my credibility in the social handle. So when I identified a partner, it is very recently happening. For the past 6 months, I partnered with them. So it is working. It's working well, and I'm getting clients through the collaboration. So I believe that if we follow the steps both ways, it is working very well. This is my personal experience. I'm sharing it with you.
Thank you,
So
thank you.
Hmm.
So, before we wrap up, very quickly, all of us are circle members. So, today we have, I think for anybody who's watching this, they would have had enough and more pointers to create a very, very successful collaboration exercise, to conduct a successful collaboration exercise. But having said that, I don't think this will be a great ending without us actually pitching in for the collaboration that we are seeking for our own brands. So before we wrap up, each of you at your different stage that you're in, what are the kind of collaborators that you are looking for your business in less than 10 seconds, please? Preeti, please go first. Collaborators that you're looking for
So
your brand.
yeah, so basically, as I said, we are a bespoke, unique, and one of its kind salon plus beauty product industry. And I would pitch in for somebody who wants to have a franchisee or anyone wants to have the collaboration on the abroad in the sense, and scaling up to the foreign land. I'm very much up for it.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
And Hema, to you.
So I'm looking for doctors and IT professionals, whoever wants to create a passive income and just see their money grow while they sleep.
Fantastic, Hema. And Deepal, to you.
I'm a strategist and a marketer. So for me, every women and every business is an open collaboration invitation, right? And of course, for
Fantastic.
me, from a personal point of view, definitely I would look for insights wherein I need to have financial analysis done for people who are kind of coming into me for probably projects and the viability of the financial viabilities. So maybe on a personal business is that, and for me, of course, anybody who wants strategy, who wants branding, who wants marketing, I'm open for collaboration.
Fantastic, fantastic. And finally, you, Revati.
yeah, I think I can collaborate with Deepal on her financial analysis requirement straight away. And I will speak to Preeti. Preeti, we can talk to each other about the franchisee because I know a lot of people
Sure,
who are interested in investing in franchisees.
sure.
And for myself, I'm into online, like all legal and compliances have become online in India. So any references in small and medium entrepreneurs, and I'm focused on women entrepreneurs. If you can give me a reference for all kind of GST income tax compliances, I'm happy.
Awesome, awesome, wonderful. And I'm sure, I think this is our first panel discussion with members. I believe this is a super hit, and I'm sure we are going to do more of this week on week on different topics. And it's not only about, I think this is the best kind of mastermind that we've had. And I think this is a very, very successful live for the watchers and even for all five of us. Amazing women. That is really great. And with this note, I would like to also tell you that we are on the volume 2. And anybody who's watching this, if you are a woman entrepreneur or a professional on the growth stage of your business, you are welcome to be a part of the Visionary Women Circle. And also others, the corporates and investors who want to invest in women owned businesses or find very good vendors. We do have our collective. You can connect to us on our page, and we will be sending you a copy of the book, and you can start transacting from our women. Thank you very much once again, and we will catch you on Monday with another very, very interesting member live, and Friday on another panel like this with our mentors and members. Thank you, everybody, once again, and see you soon.
Thank you,
So, all of you
Kadambari,
just say
for
that.
creating such a good platform for all the women entrepreneurs. And that is one thing which I would upload very gratefully, that you have given us the platform wherein we can come across and have our thoughts put forward. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Kadambari,
Thank
just
you.
one
Thanks.
last thing. Thank you
Yes,
so
please.
much, of course, for the entire platform, and to you for having initiated this and thinking about women entrepreneurs. So even Shiv had to collaborate with Shakti to conquer. So I think collaborate and
Wow.
conquer should be the mantra ahead. So that's thank you,
Wow.
Kadambari,
Thank
and
you.
the team here for a
Great, great,
very,
great.
very
Thank you.
interesting
Beautiful.
discussion here. Thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank
Thank
you.
Deepal.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody,
Yeah.
and have a
Thank you
great
very
night
much.
and
Bye.
fantastic
Same to great. Have a
weekend.
great evening. Bye,
Bye
all of
bye.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye.